Michelle Carey. I am the Chief Strategy Officer for IMDEX Limited. If I was going to describe my role in a few sentences, I would say that I work on the executive of a mining technology company where my role is twofold. I set strategy and then I find and nurture startup companies who really look to change the way we do mining and exploration to make it more effective, which is really critical, I think, as we're looking for more and more critical metals to electrify and as part of climate change response. If I describe myself in 5 adjectives, I would go with empathetic, analytical, I'm decisive, dot joiner, so synthesizer, I think is what I mean by that. And then the last one is introverted, actually. If I described how I got to where I am, I'd definitely go with scenic route. And in particular, I've always swapped paths between being a technical person and being in a leadership role. So I left university and worked for 5 years in the goldfields, and then I decided that I wanted to be more technical. So I went and did my PhD. And then I decided that that was a bit too technical, so I went back and I moved into leadership roles for a company called BHP. And then I decided I wanted to be a bit more technical than that. So I went and joined a startup called IO Global, and IO Global got bought by this company, IMDEX, about 10 years ago. And really, that's kind of when I decided that leadership was my thing. And from then on, that's really been my path to move into leading, but leading of technical people. That's a really important thing for me. I still like to be involved in kind of techie things. What do I do in my job that puts me in a happy place? This is going to be an interesting answer for an introvert. I think that I get the most joy out of working with groups to set strategy, to think about how the different pieces of a puzzle come together for us to have a strategy and for people to be aligned behind that strategy. But then because I'm an introvert, I do actually have to go and have a little rest in a corner afterwards to recuperate. If I was giving myself career advice at high school, I think there'd probably be 2 things that I'd really touch on. The first is to cut myself a break, to have more faith in myself that I had this, to not confuse hard work with compensating for not being good enough. I definitely struggled with that a lot. And the other one would be to you do you. I think the more you grow and progress your career, and the more you realise that you'll be more fulfilled and actually add more value if you be your best self and fulfil your own potential rather than trying to fit in and be what other people think you should be. What's exciting about what I'm trying to do right now? Kind of relates back to one of my other answers. We're working with a number of startups to try and introduce new technologies into the mining industry to really change the way parts of exploration in particular work. I've been part of this industry for a long time. I know how it should change, and so I really enjoy working with really enthusiastic, smart, fired up people to help them to make that change. The future that I'm looking forward to in my work is that some of the things we're trying to do have made a change. A lot of it relates to introduction of technology, and in particular AI, into the mining industry. Not to replace geologists, that's what I am by training, I'm a geologist, but to help them to do their jobs better, to help our industry be more effective and more successful overall. And so I'm looking forward to us making a difference. What would I say to young girls trying to get into STEM? So luckily this is something I'm quite practiced at. I have a 13, about to be 14-year-old daughter who in fact loves STEM. I think it's just try it. Don't listen to other people's beliefs or expectations about what it means to be in one of those roles. Don't worry about whether you can do it or not, that goes without saying, but actually don't assume what the roles actually are. They can be all sorts of things. Maybe you'll be out in the field, maybe you'll be home. Just explore the possibility. If it's something that's of interest to you, then just explore it.